Hello, how are you? In tonight's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different of what I usually do. A couple weeks ago, I went on an organized trip to Andalucia, where I was fortunate enough to visit the cities of Granada, Sevilla, and Cordoba. And during this trip, I decided to document my adventures by taking videos instead of photos for two reasons. I am terrible at taking any type of photo. And the second, my phone takes very beautiful videos in 60 FPS and in HD. So it was the perfect opportunity to test this type of video. So the first stop of the trip was Granada, where there is the Alhambra. Now, I don't know much about this place because I was not lucky enough to be able to visit the inside of the infrastructure because the organizers didn't really give us directions on anything before the trip, so I didn't know that I needed to buy tickets beforehand. And when we arrived on site, they told us that they didn't have any tickets left for the day. So that was very unfortunate. But then also some other people from the group told me that they ran out of tickets like a month ago, and I had only signed up 3 weeks ago. So I can't really do much about that. But it was still very pretty from the outside. We will get a better view of the building, of the landmark, a little bit later in the video. Here I am walking through the old part of the city, the old city, which was very pedestrian, which I always really enjoy in cities, but there was also a lot of uphills. The city is kind of in a hole. So at first I was in the Alhambra, then I had to go down into the city and then up again to get to this magnificent point of view of the city in the Alhambra. So as you can imagine, the next day I had a lot of muscle pain. So here is the Cathedral of Granada, which was a little bit surprising because it was surrounded by other buildings and shops, which I'm not really used to because in France these cathedrals, they don't usually have a lot of buildings around. Um, so it was a little bit surprising, and I couldn't go inside because we had to leave for Sevilla. So when I arrived in Sevilla, my only thought was eating. So we went to a tapas bar with this modern view of this architecture that was made, I think, in 2007 or 2006. That apparently the locals don't really like because Sevilla is very I mean, it looks very old, I guess, but also fancy. I forget the word, but it's not really a modern kind of city. And this monument or infrastructure really doesn't correlate with the mood of the rest of the city. So the locals don't really like it. So the first day in Sevilla, or the second day, should I say, we had a guided tour, which I really enjoyed. Um, I love to uh, learn about the things that are um, around me or the things that I'm seeing. I love historical facts. So this was really fun for me. It was the highlight of the trip. I think it was a 3 hour guided tour through the city. Um, I really enjoyed this moment. Unfortunately, though, I had problems with the device that they gave us, so I couldn't always hear what the guide was saying. But the little that I could hear, I could tell that the guide absolutely loved this city and had a lot to say about it. I think that this guide could have taken us on a 24-hour tour of Sevilla and never ran out of things to say. It was very impressive. So here we are in one of the a big square in Sevilla, where there's the Banco de España. There's another building, and there's a good view of this infrastructure that we'll see a little bit later on from closer, where they were holding some kind of religious ceremony. So I think it was November 10th that I went. So I don't really know what religious holiday it is or event, but the building was decorated in honor of that day. And there was this ceremony in the morning and also in the evening. People would march into the street holding very tall candles, um, and there wasn't any music or anyone talking. It was very interesting to see that, and just look at that lamppost. I just love the lampposts in Sevilla. I think they're just magnificent. I've never seen lampposts that are that pretty. I anyway. Um, so here we're walking into this kind of square area, which I think was a bit empty, but we had a very good view of this beautiful building right here. Before making our way into a very pedestrian area of the city, where there was no way for any vehicle to go into it, and I really liked this area because it was narrow and it was very pretty with plants, and the buildings were also very pretty in my opinion. Now, of course, I would never live in an area like this, but just to visit it as a tourist, I think it was such a mood. And here in this street, just look at how close the balconies come to the other building. That's just crazy. Um, and now we're making our way to the bus to finish the guided tour because Sevilla is very big and it has a lot of landmarks. Um, so we had to take the bus to finish the guided tour. Um, so as you can see, there were also horse rides. There were a lot of horse rides, um, and the horses looked well fed and well taken care of. So I don't really mind. I don't really mind that the this was an activity that you could do. Um, but I heard that, for example, in Morocco they also have those, but the horses are malnourished and they look very unhealthy. Um, so yeah, I mean in Sevilla they take care of their horses, which is nice. This right here is um, was the old station of Sevilla, which was converted into a shopping mall. Um, I don't know why they turned it into a shopping mall. I feel like it could have just stayed um, a station, even if trains don't go in and out. Um, this was a the corrida building where they host like bullfighting, um, and that whole ceremony. I didn't go inside, and there were no shows scheduled because they do it from, I think, maybe May to October, and I went in November. Um, but I don't even know if I would enjoy going to to one of these shows because I think it's very strange what they do. And now we're coming up to I think one of the most beautiful places that you can visit in Spain in terms of architecture or landmark, which is the Plaza de España. Now, there's the Plaza de España in Madrid and in Barcelona, but they come nowhere close to this place. This place is just majestic. I mean, it is so, so big and it looks so gorgeous. I don't know how long it took to build this place, but wow, it looks very repetitive. But I assure you, it's not. There are um, decorations. They have little um, decorations for each city in Spain, or I guess important cities in the history of Spain, um, with like they're all around this semicircle in alphabetical order, and everyone you can see everyone looking for the city that they come from, and it was really fun. And as you can see here from the top, we can see the whole plaza, um, and the lake, the beautiful lake with the boats. I think it was also Sevilla was a very romantic place, um, and I think it would be really fun to come with your significant other and ride a boat on that lake. Um, so yeah, and then after that, the guided tour was over, and we had a bunch of free time. Um, but I just walked around, looked for places to eat, up until um, I went to La Casa de la Guitarra for a show of I forgot the name. I'll put it down as in the on the video. I'll write it down. But it's like this dance and musical um, show that they do in Spain, and it was born in Andalucia, and it was very very intense. And I thought that the way they played guitar was absolutely fantastic. I was very tired and it made me very sleepy as well. Um, and finally, Cordoba, which was my least favorite of the three cities. There wasn't that much to do apart from this place, which I didn't go into because we didn't have much time, and I didn't really see a point of going inside if it wasn't a guided tour. So it was a mosque, and when the Catholics um, came to the south of Spain, they kind of turned it into a church or something. I that's what I understood um, from what I was told. I also had tortilla there, which was the first time actually, and it was absolutely fantastic. So if you're looking for a place to eat in Cordoba, there's this famous tortilla spot right next to that mosque church. I forgot the name of it. Um, and yeah, so I just walked around the city instead, and there were beautiful streets with plants all over. Um, so that was interesting. But we only stayed 4 hours in Cordoba, and in my opinion, it was enough. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you like this type of stuff, leave it in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.